Well, I appreciate you joining me in launching my trading room. In my 40 some years in the business, I've worn several hats, starting with I'm an author of several books, notably the Beating the Financial Futures Market series. My subject is inevitably mechanical trading, creating mechanical systems, how to do it with full disclosure on systems that pretty confident saying you don't find in too many other places. I've lectured extensively, put out a zillion videos you can find on YouTube. That's my normal MO, developing mechanical trading systems through back testing via rigorous, prudent optimization principles. What I'm going to offer today is a little bit different. It's a model, not a full-blown mechanical system. Its purpose is to flash several signals a session. It would give you enough time to trade on your own off the signals. One of the hats that I wore that didn't work out so well was I had an aspiration to trade in the pits at the Chicago Board of Trade. So I bought myself a seat some 40 years ago. Still holding it, but as far as using it for what it's normally designed, pit trading, that only lasted me maybe a little over a year. Because I'm like most traders, my instincts are wrong, and I undermine myself with any kind of judgment. What I was hoping to do was I finally understood what the principle of pit trading was. Not that it should be that hard for most people, and couldn't make it work. In theory, it's perfect. You're always buying the lower bid and selling the higher offer all day long. And if you do that over time, you can't help but make money. Well, there's logistical reasons why you can't just plug in and do it. Pits were a hierarchy, just like society outside of them. There were fair-haired boy favorites. There were people that got locked out. You had to have the broker's attention to get the orders. There was no guarantee that you were going to get your trading space. You'd get nudged out a lot. But in theory, the whole logistics of pit trading fascinated, you might say, and obsessed me. And I couldn't understand why there couldn't be a model that would allow you to approximate it. So that's the one benefit I did get out of going downtown. Pit trading, the success depends on small edges over a sheer trading volume, sheer number of trades. Again, you're always willing to buy the lower price, sell the higher one. You do that all day long. Over time, you can't help but make money. So I decided to do this off of intraday bar opens. In this case, it's 5-minute bars with the hashtags on the left being the opening price of that 5-minute bar. Goes without saying that there's going to be inevitable market movement above those ticks and below them. So what I did was I averaged out high minus opens of a given number of bars back and open minus lows. And the idea was you'd want to be long at the lower levels doing that and short at the higher ones. So this is the system idea in its rawest form. All day long, buy on those open minus average open to lows, sell on those open plus average high minus opens. No other qualifiers. And what you wind up with is this. This is about a 6-year look back beginning of 2020 through April 2026. Over $1 million. Ridiculous numbers we're looking at. 59,000 trades, 62% profitable, $17 average trade, $30,000 worst drawdown for a return on account of 3,450%. Magic numbers, but they're not doable. I didn't go into this thinking they would be. I'll explain in a second. They're not doable for several reasons. First of all, there's no commission at all taken out of this. I usually, when I reveal systems, I reveal it without any slippage commission because I think every bias is worth it, even those that are too small to actually trade. I encourage people to use them as their own building blocks, etc. But if we're going to advocate an actual trading room here, we got to deal with it. This should be docked at least $5 for slippage commission. There's no stop loss. Would you be able to sit through an $8,300 drawdown on a single trade that might be all of, a minute and a half long? I don't think so. Got to deal with that. All orders that are touched in a performance study are considered filled. In actual live trading, orders that are touched but not penetrated, not gone through the low end for the buys or the high end for the sells, are not necessarily going to be filled. You're competing against a lot of other orders at the same price. So I know this going in. Why bother? Why bother with this consistency? Why bother with this, wonderful profit per year and this equity graph that is pretty much a straight line, 45-degree angle? Because, okay, you can't get this. What if you could get a fraction of it? What if you get a small fraction of this, 10%, say, and you still enjoyed that kind of consistency? Okay, what if you had to scramble a little to miss those trades that were touched but not penetrated? Could you make up for them? We're just, when you're talking pit trading again, you're talking a game of ticks, just small $12.50 increments in the S&P. They were valuable. Nobody just let a tick go. So lose it on one end, you're playing catch up. Maybe if you're a savvy trader, you pick it up somewhere else. Then a profit a little bit, cut a loss short a little bit. I don't know. I'm not the greatest judgmental trader, as I have always said. But I've met traders that could do this. I'm almost positive. All right. As with most systems, take the raw idea and refine it. Find the conditions where it works the best. Put filters in there. Put stops, qualifiers. Wide array of possibilities. Got a lot of 5-minute variations off them. This one that I've come up with is the first one that it works in 3 minutes, which is convenient, if you're trying to advocate a sufficient number of trades per day. This is the 3-minute version. Okay. Unlike what you saw before, this is 20 years. Wow, it's so much less and so many more years. Okay, but I've docked every trade $11, which roughly corresponds to your $5 commission plus one tick give up every other trade. Okay? So remember, some of the trades you won't give up any ticks at all. These are limit orders we're talking about that we're going to be trading. But again, this simply says if you could give up one tick every other trade from 2006 through April of 2026, 20-year history, you would have made this $268,000 from just under 47,000 trades, 70% profitable, $5 average trade over and above the $11 penalty, 9,000 worst drawdown. We can live with that drawdown if we can get there, right? And a return on account of 2,984%, which would be the amount your account would have increased had you started with your $9,000 worst drawdown amount. So again, same magic straight equity line we saw on the raw unadorned model. And 20 years without a blemish. So we'll start with the 3-minute system, but I'm all ears. I'll be getting questions from you, comments, whatever. If you'd prefer something else, different direction, go there. There'll be a lot of silences, a lot of space between trades. So I'll be filling it with who knows what. I'm always looking at something, and if I discover something, I would disclose it, be open. I'll be offering actual mechanical systems, full disclosure, how to do it, formulas, etc., simple English. Pretty much what you've seen me do in the videos, in the various tutorials. You decide. I'd love to have you aboard. Some fine points. This particular variation will trade between 8:30 a.m. and your last signal will hit at 11 a.m. If you are in a late trade, it can last as long as 11:30 before you arbitrarily pull the plug and end your day. Very few are going to get that far. But so the max commitment, if you wanted to stay the whole session, could be as long as 3 hours, no longer, 8:30 to 11:30 a.m. Central Time. I might have forgotten to mention that there is a $300 maximum stop per trade. There is also a filter that does eliminate a significant number of trades, or trading days rather, altogether. If it's something you can be watching for yourself. If the 8:30 to 3:15 day session exceeds 75 full points, it does not trade the next day. You can come hang anyway. I'll have something else that we can talk about or whatever. But you will not be trading the 3-minute system following days that exceed 75 points. Please remember, I'm not making any claims here. I'm selling you nothing. I'm advocating no trades, and will accept no responsibility for any trades you make or any losses you take. This is just in the spirit of information sharing, and I hope you all take it in that vein. Research world gets kind of lonely. This is my latest attempt to reach out and be among people, among the types of people that I enjoy the most, traders. So hope to see you, and thank you very much.